The reason that the GMDN was established at the outset was to ensure that agencies like ourselves could exchange information about both individual products and categories of products, groupings of products, in a way where there was no doubt that the different agencies were comparing eggs with eggs, as it were. It's important that we view the world both from the lens of individual product manufacturing and from the perspective of how groups of products perform in real life, in clinical practice. Unique device identifiers are a global standard for medical devices to allow everybody in the system to identify products down to an individual level. The UDI and GMDN used in concert allow us to unlock something of a Pandora's box of information. As the world changes rapidly and more data becomes available with digital systems being put into place, it means that a huge amount of new information may be able to surface to allow us to monitor and understand the way that medical devices are working in real practice. GMDN was developed by regulators for regulators to categorise and exchange information. I can see no reason why that utility shouldn't be just as useful for other stakeholders in the healthcare system, particularly providers in the healthcare system. It's important that patients who have had devices fitted, particularly implantable devices, are tracked across the whole system, across the life of the product and the life of the patient, in fact. So it strikes me the utility of GMDN has been underexploited in healthcare systems, and in many respects that's an opportunity for GMDN to expand and its use to become much more profound in the future. This ability to use collective terms to look at groups of products and how they perform relative to other products is something which we're increasingly seeing as important, and it's important that on a global basis regulators like ourselves are able to pool information so that we learn much more rapidly about how products are performing. So I think actually GMDN is really coming into its own now, and all these years of development, the dividends should be seen in the future. It's an essential tool for regulators to group information about products' performance and share that information amongst themselves to ensure that patient safety and the effectiveness of these products to perform the duties that are intended is borne out in the real world.